what is burnout? You see, what we need to understand that burnout is a condition. It's not just a mental condition. It's also a physical condition. And it is characterized by three main things that will show you that somebody is burnt out. Number one, you've got what I call emotional exhaustion. You are just exhausted emotionally. You are just exhausted. And all of us, you've been at a place where you just feel tired. You can feel tired about life, tired about your work, tired about church. You know, sometimes when people don't come to church and you call them as a pastor and say, hey, where are you? And say, I'm recovering. Recovering from what? You know that person is burnt out. You know what I'm saying? So you reach a place of emotional emptiness. Things do not make any sense anymore. I'm going to explain that a bit more. You're going to understand. The other thing that you're going to see with burnout is that a person will enter into a stage of what we call depersonalization. D what? Okay, at least you must learn something by the time you're out of this place. So depersonalization is where you do not care anymore about issues. When you cared about the person. If you are bent out with your spouse, you used to say, honey, you know what, Icho. You know, it's no longer a person. You understand what I'm saying? You are no longer personalizing your relationship to anything or to anyone. So it's depersonalization. You are no longer, there's no longer that personal, even your work. You know, when you got your work for the first time, when you go to and said, come and see my work. You are so personal about it. But now, you actually wish that this company will just bend, but you are getting paid from there. You know what I'm saying? You're now, so we call that depersonalization. And the other one is a low sense of accomplishment. And this is actually one of the hallmarks of burnout. In fact, can I put it in simple language? Burnout is when you have got a feeling that you don't have rewards for your effort. So whenever you feel that you have put so much, but the reward or the reciprocal expectation that you expect is not coming out, you will go, you probably have got symptoms and you're starting to burn out. And so it can happen. So burnout is not just, so you can have social burnout, you can have occupational burnout, you can have spiritual burnout. And as Zimbabweans, you can have burnout. You can burn out in anything, you can fill the blanks. Economic burnout. And, so whenever you have put in effort and you think this time things must break, you think this time things must change, and somehow things don't, you reach a situation where you probably be burnt out. So burnout is also caused by excessive stress, a stressful situation that is unrelenting, that is continuous. You have tried everything, you have done everything, you say, listen, I've done all I can. I've used all my mind, I've used all my heart, I've used all my might, myself, my body. There's nothing. When you are burnout, you feel that there's nothing else that you can add. You feel there's nothing more that you can give. You are spent. That's what burnout is all about. And all of us, we get to a place that, you know what, I've done enough and I'm done. And I'm sure this language, all of us, we have said it over and over in different situations. And it's so important because you can get bent up in any situation. And so you become emotionally exhausted, you become mentally exhausted, you become physically exhausted. So it will even drain energy from you. And in Japan, they've got this word called karashi, which means death by overworking. You have done so much and things are not changing and you die. And the most important thing is this: you don't get bent up in one day. I'm sure you see when you start something, you do it gingerly. You know how it is. You've got power. You're like a super sub. But when your team is beaten 10-0 and there are 5 minutes left, even if you're a super sub, I want to go beat this out anymore. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want to get in. And so it's a process. It doesn't happen in one day. It's a process. It usually goes unnoticed. You never know that you are burnt out until you are. So some of the people who are here, it's only now when you're talking about it, then you realize, I'm burnt out, okay? Because you think you're in control. Then all of a sudden, all these things are happening and you discover that you are burnt out. And the problem why it is important is because when you are burnt out, you start to make mistakes. You become irritable. You become unreasonable. You can even go into depression. You can have anxiety. When you are in organization, your people will not perform. People will start to take offs and leaves. There's a lot of staff turnover. When you're burnt out with your work, you are looking for another job. Why would you be looking for another job if you're not burnt out and you love your job and where you love where you are? When you're looking for another church, this church movement, people are burnt out in wherever they are. They're burnt out with the building. They're burnt out with whatever situation that is happening. So you can be burnt out. So it causes people to make mistakes. It causes people to be unhappy. It causes people to be bad. A burnt out person is actually bad, not only to themselves, but to the environment. So because they are what are called mirror neurons. We used to think, long time ago, that those people, when they come to the funeral, especially us in the Shona culture or in the African culture, they'll be talking the anyayas. And when they are by the gate, or when they see the person who has been, who is really crying, they also start to cry, and we think they are faking. No. We have actually discovered that they are what are called mirror neurons. So these mirror neurons, they mirror what they see. So what happens, and the purpose of them is for you to be sympathetic or empathetic with the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So that you can be socially acceptable, and immediately your feelings and how you act becomes aligned to the environment. So when you are burnt out, all of you, your mirror neurons will mirror my burnt out. So everybody, we then create a cascade of toxic environment. So you can have a toxic environment in your own marriage, toxic environment at work, toxic environment at church, because somebody has been burnt out. So it's key, because we become what our environment that we are in and we live. So who suffers from burnout? Employees. If you are employed, you can suffer from burnout. Leaders can suffer from burnout. And all of you are leaders in your own respect. First of all, you lead yourself. And if you are married, you lead your household. Whether you are doing it well, it's another issue. But you're a leader. So leader is not just some title or manager, but it can happen. It can happen to entrepreneurs. And as an entrepreneur, you will get to a point where you have so much burnout. You've put in so much work. You have been to Mozambique and back and 3 times a week, and still nothing happens. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah, it can happen to spouses. Either way, put in so much, nothing moves. You think you've given your best love, best are you getting what I'm saying? And still nothing moves. Until about Zipiko. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You are burnt out. Students get burnt out. Yeah. Everybody's chasing an A. I used to remember when I was a student, I used to chase A's because I was very good at A level. But when I went to university, I don't know what changed, but that's better than what as long as that passed. So I changed because so there's what is actually called a burnout curve. And it's very key. Now, what you need to understand is everybody needs some form of stress. Oh yes, stress is good, but excessive stress is bad. If you had no stress, you would not even study for your exam. If you had no stress, you wouldn't wake up and come and go to work. But because of that, you need stress to motivate you. Under stress leads to boredom and will cause other underperformance. Lack of excellence leads to its own problems. Enough stress is important for you to function normally. Excessive stress will cause you to have burnout and collapse. Is that clear? So, what are the effects of burnout? Number one, we've got physical effects. Physical effects. Some of you, people who are burnout, will be complaining of frequent headaches, decreased immunity, tiredness, flus. These days, it's very difficult to talk about flus because everybody is thinking about the corona. But it's actually scientific how stress and prolonged stress causes and decreases your immunity. Because when you are stressed, the natural response of your body is to release a hormone called cortisol. This cortisol is a hormone that is released to make you sort of like prepare for the flight response, where you want energy and glucose. So it's called the stress hormone. It's a survival hormone. But when the stress is pounding, and is unrelenting, and things are not changing, that same hormone is produced in so much amounts. And what it then does, that it starts to actually affect your immune system. So people that are stressed will have higher chances of getting cancers and sicknesses. You actually you can actually become immunosuppressed because of stress. So when I'm good and stress, are you hearing what I'm saying? And we just went and said, shinga. No, this person needs, it's like somebody is having diarrhea or cholera, but shinga. No, this person needs treatment. And that's what we have done with mental health, because we cannot see it. It's inside. Let me say this, then I move on. Is psychological pain. Studies have shown that if somebody is suffering from psychological pain, if I take a hammer, suppose this is a hammer, I put your thumb here and go. The same pain that you feel is the same pain that you feel when your heart is aching. But you've got no physical problem. It's the same pain. That's why when someone says, "Moyo wangu does it's a show. So the same pain sensation in your mind is activated. Studies have shown that. So there's actual pain. So you've got emotional effects, sense of failure. You just feel, you know what? I failed. I failed in this marriage. I failed in this job. I failed. I'm a failure. Self-doubt. When you are burnout, you say, I can't do this. That's self-doubt. I can't do this anymore. Maybe I was never created to do this. You feel detached. You feel alone and say, you know what? Maybe it's only me. Because sometimes we don't get burnout at the same time. Somebody will still be, and you're like, hey, Chimbete Askan. Loss of motivation. So you are not motivated at all. You feel unappreciated. You feel cynical and you're negative. Everything is just negative. And you're dissatisfied with life. One of the things with burnout is that you just become dissatisfied and say, you know what? This life, that is just our way. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, you can have behavioral effects. You withdraw from responsibilities. There are things that you were doing, you stop doing them. You start to isolate yourself. You start to procrastinate. Let's do this. Let's do this. No, next week. And next week becomes next week. Because you're not motivated to do it. You start skipping work. And all of us here are guilty. We used to think that the other time I was speaking to employers. And I was saying, you know what? Some people come to us, doctors, and they say, you know what? I can't go to work. Give me an off. And long back, I used to think that those off are necessary. No. Sometimes they are necessary. That day off was just gathering your thoughts. This person is sick. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so I now give them. Yes, without any reservations, I now give them. Obviously, I have to control and make sure that, not just when you're asking off and you are motivated to do something, you're in South Africa, you're running, and you come. No, that's fraud. But the day you've got bent out and you can get out, you are feeling. If you go to work, you have an accident. Because you can't focus. So we now tell that those offs are not mischievous. This person has got mental fatigue, and the day of rest is important. Skipping work, use of drugs, irritability, off sick. You actually become off sick because you've got a flu, you've got a headache, you've got a tension headache. So all these things happen. So what is the difference between burnout and stress? Most of you may say, it seems the same. But what you realize that with stress, you are engaged. You are working. But it's too much. Like you have been given so much to do at work, and you try to do it, but you are working, but the work is not finishing. Especially those who work in accounts. You know, those working accounts, they come home at 12 and they have to go to work at 4. And still the work does not get finished, but tomorrow there'll be other accounts. You know? And so your emotions are overactive. You are producing a lot of agency. You are just overwhelmed when you are stressed. It can lead to anxiety and things like that. But when you are burnt out, it's slightly different from stress. It is just you are now disengaged. Somebody who is stressed is still pushing, but he's saying, look, guys, this is too much for me. So when people say, listen, look, I'm pushing, I'm trying, guys, I'm trying, but this is too much, they are stressed. Somebody who has got burnout say, that's good. Are you getting what I'm saying? You are just tired, so you just give. So they disengage. So it's different from somebody who is stressed. Somebody who is stressed is active, but the stress is too much. The workload is too much. Somebody who has got burnout, they just disengage and just say, you know what? It's over. It's done. Whatever you guys do, they just they're speaking to somebody else. Close their ears, shut their eyes. They don't care anymore. And all of us, we have reached to a place where we say, you know what? I don't care. Hey, your parent won't come and say, I don't care. You might start singing, I don't care, I don't care. That's where you reach a place of hopelessness, lots of motivation. You are detached, you are depressed, and life is not worth living. Everything that you're doing is not worth living. So what you do, you just fall back and you just let life run itself. Whatever happens. And all of us, when you hear somebody say, how do you like, let's work out your marriage. Hey, whatever. You know that they're bent out. Let's go to work, let's go to school. Hey, whatever. Ameno ikoko. Zazaita. Ngari ndanda se? Anosiba. Yes, all those statements are bent out statements. Okay. So what are the causes of burnout? They can be work related. Overworked, lack of reward, especially now, where you feel you are putting a lot of effort and there's no reward. Unclear job demands and challenging, chaotic, high pressure working lifestyle related. People don't socialize anymore. People are always on their social media, but it's different. Talking to somebody face to face is so different than talking with type.